Hello everyone, this is the Great Pumpkin speaking and welcome to this new episode of Let's Play Recettear. So last episode we got started and managed to set up our shop properly. Now this time we're gonna do something a tiny bit different, or at least we'll try. But first let's set up the shop properly to try to bring in people. So we're gonna go out for the time being and head over to the Adventurers Guild. Say, what is this place? This is the Adventurers Guild. The guild manages expeditions to the various untamed wilderness areas or abandoned ruins near the city. The areas are commonly referred to as dungeons. Without approval, adventurers cannot visit the dungeons. Oh nuts, so we can't just go into a dungeon and pick up everything. We see, if we could do that, we could sell everything we get at 100% profit. It is still a very good idea. A great many people have made fortunes that way. If you wish to do so, however, we must first hire an adventurer. Hire? Can I just pick anybody? The truth of the matter is a bit more complicated. Even if you pay them, few adventurers are willing to risk their lives simply for the benefit of a complete stranger. Those selfish bastards. Oh, so they turn away people they don't know very well. Indeed, you should first get to know a few adventurers and build up a certain level of trust with them. If all goes well, they will give you a symbol of their guild membership. This usually takes the form of a card. With that in hand, you can bring an adventurer with us. So it's like they're inviting us to a dinner party? No, Recette. Well, dinner parties usually do not include blood-mad beasts, attempting to rip you limb from limb. You tell her, Recettear. But the analogy does work somewhat. Right, so first I need to meet an adventurer. Which for us should not be that difficult, yes? After all, we run an item shop, so we should get a few coming in as clients on a fairly regular basis. Oh yeah! Well then, I'll do my best to get a dinner invitation. Damn it, Recette. Indeed, just be careful that Recette is not on the menu. Huh? Is something wrong? Well, that guy over there. She just took the first person she saw, right? Listen to me. If I can't work, I can get the money. And if I can get the money, I can get the items. And if I can get the items, apparently I can't work. Heavens. If I had a few things, I could at least visit the Hall of Trials. I wonder what's going on. He seems to be a rookie adventurer complaining about his inability to complete the required guild test. Test? Well, the guild hardly allows anyone in off the street. You can only work officially for the guild after passing a test. An item shop owner is hardly the only job with challenges. I have an idea. What? I do believe we have found our first adventurer. Wait, what do you mean by, Recettear, wait! Son of a... I burned what cash I had just getting to the city. If I can get into the guild, I don't know what I'll even do for dinner money. Now I'm hungry. Great. No dinner invitation for Recette then. Pardon me a moment. You there, adventurer with the seedy look. Who are you calling seedy? Well, you two would be. We are a pair of merchants who happen to be passing. Merchants? Oh, you heard me talking. Sorry, but I'm way too broke and seedy to buy anything. Believe me, I could tell by your seedy nature that attempting to sell you anything would be a colossal waste of time. Come on, Recettear, stop with the seedy already. He isn't a plant. So, are you two going to prude me or what here? Would you like if we came with you to the Hall of Trials? If you require equipment or items, we can provide them. I'd call you a pair of angels then, but why? Business, naturally. We can help you pass the trial. You provide us with your card. Oh, I get it. We help Mr. Swordman clear the dungeon, and then he gives us his card, a sign of our eternal friendship. Eternal friendship is rather irrelevant in this case, but it does work out neatly for all of us. What do you say? I see, you guys are pretty new at all of this too, huh? Our offer, Mr. Swordsman, yes or no? She's kind of a hard bargainer, that deer. Alright then. Heck, I got nothing to lose. Well, aside from my precious life anyway. Yayifications! That's Recette right there. Glad to meet you too. I'm Recette. Nice to meet you. I'm Tyr. Call me Louis. Louis the Swordsman. Good to meet you. Yes. Now then, we will begin all the preparations for a dungeon visit, including a visit to the central market to pick up food and other restorative items. We will then return here for you when we are ready. Right, I'll be waiting here. So hopefully we can actually finish that. He's fairly well equipped, so that should be fine. Louis, brave but poor adventurer, balanced and easy to control, uses swords, shield, and armor. So yep, that explains all that adventurer equipment that we can get. So let's just take him and pick item that we wish to bring with us. That is how you can actually do things like equip them with different equipment. If you manage to sell them a number of things, then they'll actually swap their equipment on their own. Since we don't have anything, let's just get started. The Hall of Trials. So this is the dungeon. Just so. Welcome to the jungle, as they say. You know, aren't we just going to all the way back here? I mean, I'm not a monster slayer. I'm scared. The two of us are perfectly safe. There is a protective field around the two of us. To the monsters, we may as well be invisible. But what if they hit in your general direction? Really? That's amazing. So Louis is perfectly safe too then? Not quite. Aw, why not? While in the field, we do not need to worry about monsters, but this is accomplished by making us virtually intangible to everything inside this place. We can directly manipulate nothing. Wait, we can't collect things? Why are we here then? That's why our adventurer remains outside the field. Oh, I see. He'll pick up stuff up for us. Should our adventurer be injured, we can place him in the field and retreat. Since we must carry him back, however, we can take very little else with us. One item at most. So even if we run into trouble, we don't lose everything. But wait, I thought you said we can't. Yes, I will elaborate further if need be later. Naturally, if we can get out safely, we can bring as much of our bags as will allow us to carry. Cool! Wait, as much as our bags will allow? Well, our bags are not bottomless. If we run out of space, it will be up to us to decide what to keep or discard. So you mean Tyr doesn't have a bag of holding? That's a ripoff! So the adventurer focuses on adventure, while we keep track of what loot we should keep. I guess that makes sense. K.O.D. Let's get to it. Equip item is in bags? Well, I don't have any, so that's good. So basically this is the second mode of the game, namely the dungeon delving, if you will. That's a good way to get stuff to sell at zero price, like Recette said. And this is the basic thing. So basically you can get a bunch of experience by destroying enemies, in this case slimes. And each of the character can do special things, like for instance Louis can use the base things to get different things. He can hit, and he can do this big thing with his SP, which I've just wasted. So we got the pot stand, along other things. All of this can be sold in the shop, as I said before. Dungeons are fairly straightforward. I'm not gonna run them really. I might run one, maybe two, but I'll mostly just do it with Louis to show what this looks like. This game is actually well made as far as dungeon delving goes. I really like the fact that the experience kinda blow up of the enemies there. That kinda makes it kinda like in Diablo when you defeat something and you get all the loot that blows out of the monster. That's really fun when that happens, and I like that they do that. The more experience you get, well, the more experience we'll get out of the monsters, as well as items, so that actually makes it work well. The chests can be dangerous as they can contain traps, however, given that this is the first level, this shouldn't be too much of an issue. Of course, your adventurer can only equip items that they are actually proficient in, so trying to equip Louis with that bow isn't gonna do anything for us. Hopefully the dungeon won't take too long, although that happens from time to time. This ingredient is actually some sort of random item. You can only know what it is when you actually finish the dungeon itself. So whether you want to take a chance with it or something else, that's up to you. We did a critical there, which is dependent on the various stats of the character you're using, of course. And there are a number of enemies that you can slay before moving on to the next floor. So that's it, nobody on this floor yet, so we can just move on. We can leave through here, next floor. Most dungeons are fairly basic and are generated randomly, so if you expect anything special, well... I spoke of traps. Those slimes that will show up at once are actually one of the traps that we can encounter. Like, that thing is a little tougher than what we're used. Still, this is still easy. Like that apple, that's way better than that walnut bread we said at the moment. So let's see. An iron armband. That's good. It may be a good idea to keep some of this stuff so Louis is actually a little more powerful. Although I don't plan to base all of my marketing strategy on this guy. As much as I like him, he's poor. That sounded really... how can I say? Mean of me, but that was only a joke, so don't worry about it. If you don't particularly care for the dungeon delving, by all means just go further into the video, assuming this doesn't take me half an hour. Still, it's fun to see what the game has in store and the various items we can find and sell later. And bam! You see, it's really satisfying how these monsters blow up, really makes it worth my while. Bam! Some of the various classes are actually pretty interesting. I like the mage and monk particularly. Or I suppose it would be wizard in that particular case. Either way, you've also got an archer, some sort of thief-like character who is really fast but uses knives, among other things, and you've also got a spearwoman, which I didn't get much chance to experiment with, unfortunately, but apparently she's got really great stats. Oh, a new kind of enemy, so this sort of weird dog thing. This game doesn't necessarily go into the real scary monster, they're mostly cartoon things. As you can see, even the animation for the main character are fairly basic. Looks like something right out of a bad... Well, actually, it does look kind of like Maple Story. I was actually thinking of something like Ragnarok Online, but that's something else entirely. Ow. It's actually surprising that Louis couldn't finish that Olive Trial. He wasn't missing anything. This thing pretty much anybody can do. I'm sure even Recette could get through it, although she's a little girl. It might be a little dangerous. Ooh, a Taya Keeper Lost 3. Lucky me. The plus version of the items are actually better quality versions of the item themselves, of course. They can sell for more stuff, or depending if you are crafting. That is something that can be done in this game as well. This is how you get access to the more rarer items that you want to sell. There is some sort of new game plus mode in this game, which allows you to get to tougher dungeons and also keep going without having to worry about your depth. But we probably won't be going that far ahead. We might do sometimes you're doing our business proper, but beyond that, not really. You can also use consumables from your equipment. I just don't remember the button, which is a little annoying. What was it? Ah, that was it. Yeah. So for instance, just to showcase it, let's take an apple and use it on Louis. There, I've managed to heal myself up. That is why they mentioned going to the market in order to get some restorative items. Ow. Not very good, but although they control a little weirdly too. Oh cool, we got cloth hats. That's a good way to get you started, particularly with the first depth deadline that allows you to get kind of ahead a bit. And we got the slime fluid. The slime fluid is helpful because it's part of a quest that the mage is gonna give us a bit later. But we'll see when we meet him. He gets in pretty early usually. Oh, a chocolate bar, cool. Next floor. That's the fourth one. I think this dungeon has only 5. We've got this weird tentacly potato or something. We got an unlucky statue. Unthankful. My bad. Don't see what's the point of that statue though. It does looks kinda gaudy. And bam. Ooh, it's a trap. Bam. I'm getting high in level, although I'm still 1 level ahead of most things. That's why it's important to slay monsters as much as possible. Ow. Those potatoes actually steal health and will heal themselves as you attack them. Some of the later ones are a little unfair, to be honest. Oh, we got another level up. Cool. Well, let's see. Oh, a wool hat. Cool. Some of the characters actually have things that allows them to go faster. The monk in particular goes surprisingly fast. Oh, we got an egg toast. It's strange I actually remember the name of that item. Bam. Well, you can see those dungeons can get pretty big actually. This is one of the smaller ones. Oh, we have too many items. What can we do? Well, I kinda wanna get rid of those ingredients, so... Okay, there were a bunch of them. That way you can actually get rid of the stuff that you don't particularly like, so... That's good. The powerful anti-venom is useful when you get enemies that actually deal poison. And that is one heck of a trap. We had an avalanche fall on us. Ow! Bam! Okay, that is done. We've still got a few monsters to take down, but that's about it for this floor. We'll be headed to the last one, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully we'll actually get to sell something before the end of the day. Actually playing this with a controller for the first time. Usually I played with a keyboard and mouse. It's kinda nice that they allow you out. This works really well actually with a controller. I'm kinda surprised, to be honest. Although I suppose that's to be expected. The Chantilly's was actually a game with a similar dungeon system as this one, so... At least I think it is. I've never actually played through it. This company also made Fortune Summoner, which is another game that got released. It seemed to have a bit of a Castlevania feel. It looked interesting. Never tried it though. This is... Did I do it? I did, didn't I? I did it! I've cleared the Hall of Trials! Oh, sweet mystery of life! Now you'll give me money! Way to go, Louis! Recettear, this is all thanks to you guys. This is all well and good, but there is a treasure chest just ahead. It behooves us to investigate thoroughly. Tear, you really do like going for the money, don't you? What? Do not spout such foolishness. There is no need to treat me like a flying ball of greed. Hey now. I love me some treasure too, don't worry, Tear, I feel you on this. Really? You two completely misunderstand me. Poor Tear, that's what you get for being the straight woman in a comedy duo. So, the contents of the chest. Give me just a second here. Hey! Wow, cards! So this is an Adventurers Guild card. Here, Recette, take one, like we promised. Huh? Oh yeah, okay. While you did promise to give us your card eventually, we are not so cross as to demand your very first card. You really should think about who you want to give your first. We're not talking about his virginity here. Recette is a little young for that. Although, Tear does dress a little trampy. No, I want this. Recette, I beg you, please take my very first card. I'd love to. Thanks, Louis. Awesome. I can't wait to adventure with you to some more. Merde, really now, young people. Hey Tear, what's this thing that just showed up? Ah yes, that. That is commonly referred to as a go-ho. What am I? A door of return, I mean. If you enter that door, you can return to town in an instant. This one has appeared because we have cleared the dungeon. But they are often encountered during normal exploration too. I believe they usually appear roughly every 5 levels or so. But wait, if we take this back to town when we're halfway in, don't we have to start all the way at the beginning again? Not at all. You can always head back to the floor that had a door in it. In fact, if you do not use a door, you do have to restart. So if we find a door, we should always use it. Almost always. If we need to rest or unload, then we should use the door. Remember though, returning home takes time. Furthermore, leaving ends the current contract with our companion. And we would have to rehire him and choose a new one. If there is something specific in a dungeon that you desire, you can simply ignore the door and press onward. Alrighty then. I think we have to go home now though. Quite so. Oh, just to be sure, in the future, please try to avoid referring to this as going home, yes? Okay. So, nothing in this place, let's just move on. Return to town. Clear. So, we've got a choice now. Do we actually keep all the items? Is that it? I think it is. Or do I have to select them? No, alright. Thanks for all your help, Tear. You also did well. Get some rest. So those are our score for the day. We got an exceeded expectation stamp for doing this. And we've pretty much did the day for day 2. So that's 219 score as opposed to the profit. We have actually lost money on that day. Recette, may I have a moment, please? Sure, what's up? Concerning the debt, I have a suggestion concerning its repayment. You do? Paying it all back at once is wholly beyond your means, so I recommend smaller weekly payments to slowly chip away at it. Wholly beyond? You know, you never told me how big Papa's debt is, exactly. That is because you would faint if you found out. For now, it is a secret. I'd faint? Poor Recette. As the story begins to build up steam, we will increase payment size. The repayment date nearest to the current date, along with the amount due, will be displayed on the calendar in the main menu. Please be sure to check it regularly. Okay, yeah. I'll keep an eye on it. So let's have a look. We've got 10,000 picks to give in about 5 days. That is gonna be difficult, although with that foray we just did, that should be fairly doable. So let's see what we have. Have decent stuff for the most part. Usually selling the stuff that has the highest price is probably the best policy here. So let's just take our stuff, sell the stuff that worthwhile on the window, and just put the rest there. Pots then, that should do it. Got our other stuff. The space on your actual store are fairly limited, so you have to make do with what we have. Let's see. Anti-venom is more than walnut bread. Oh yeah, we definitely want the chocolate and egg toast there. So, 200 with a scrap plate, that's actually a good idea. Iron armband I would have liked to keep for Louis, but whatever, we'll make do. And that should do it. Let's start with some selling, shall we, before we end this episode. Oh, that's a lot of peeps. Hi there! It's a little girl. I want this! So yeah, here's the thing about this little girl. She's really a cheapskate. So let's do something like this. That's a little too much. Okay, let's go down to 110. Okay, thank you. Oh wow, she was actually nice for a change. Most people who play this game actually hate this little girl because it's very difficult to sell to her around wholesale, and because you want to maintain a combo to get experience, well, it's kind of a good thing to sell her things underpriced if it keeps your combo going. Thank you so much. Lee, I sold the wool hat. Hi there. Would you sell this to me, girl? That's a lot actually. Let's be careful. I can buy it at that price, you know. Ah, see, that's fine price. Thanks, please come again. Lee, I sold longbow. Oh, hi, welcome. My daughter asked me to pick this. The taiyaki is a Japanese trade that is mostly kind of like candy, if you will. Alright, that's good price. 120 is a good way to sell something at a half-decent price, although some characters have better, how can I say, price threshold than others. The little girl is a cheapskate, whereas the guildmaster has a tendency to pay a little more for items. Hi, can I help you with anything? Hey, I'll be buying this. So this actually increases defense, so with Louis, it's actually a good idea to sell him at a decent price so you don't have to re-equip him. So I'm fine with 100. I guess that's a good price. Thank you so much. Lee, I sold cloth hat. And I got an upgrade in merchant level, which is good. Hehe, I've been looking for one of these. We can get him much higher. Alright, that's a good price. Thank you so much. I sold the wool hat. And that's it for that period. We did pretty good, we were about halfway to our loan repayment. Well then, you seem to have developed a basic understanding of how to sell things to people and not drive them to burn the shop in anger. That happens a lot. Yepperoni, easy as pie. Being a truly great store owner involves more than selling things, however. There are times when people will want to sell items to you as well. Really? I suspect we will begin to get such offers soon. But I already buy stuff from the guild in the market. So why should I worry about buying stuff from the customers? There is one major difference between a guild and or market purchase. In the purchase from an individual, individuals do not have set prices. In other words, you can haggle as you do when selling. Haggle down, that is. Oh, so I can get stuff really cheap. But that seems like it'd be pretty hard. Fundamentally, buying and selling are not that different. The customer shows you an item they wish to sell, and then you set a price, and perhaps negotiate. Obviously, you wish to pay less than the base price of the item. Okay, so buy low, sell dear, right? Yeah, that's basic economic principle. Just so, that is the very core of a successful business. Now then, shall we practice? The fundamental procedure is the same as when selling. KO! Welcome to Recettear. Would you buy this from me? Okay. Need to name a price lower than the base. So think press down. Come on. Me, you can do this. What should I set it to? Usually I go around 80, but let's try 50. Excellent, this is a good price level. Now then, let us press this haggling over the price a little. The concept is essentially the same as selling something. Now that you have offered a price you believe to be fair, adjust your offer until they agree to sell to you. Okay, let us begin then. Could you offer me a little more? I think it is worth a lot. Okay, so I need to set a higher offering price. 65 seems decent to me. Yes, between 50 and 70 of the base is a good target. You will gain an item to sell without giving up too much money. And that is essentially how it goes. You seem to have a decent enough grasp of it. Well, let us put theory into practice again. I will sell you several items. If you buy them from me successfully, I believe you will be ready to proceed. Let us begin. Hello, welcome to Recettear. What would you be willing to pay for this? It's a beef bowl. It's fairly valuable. At least at this point in time. Let's try this. Yes, an excellent price. Thank you so much. Yay, I got beef bowl. Yes, well done. Let us do that once more. Hello, welcome to Recettear. What would you be willing to pay for this? Chocolate bar? About the same, really? Yes, an excellent price. Thank you so much. Yay, I got a chocolate bar. Very, very good. You are ready. If you ever wish to practice again, simply ask. So yeah, things are moving quite well at the moment. But I'm afraid that's gonna be it for the time being. Thank you for watching, everyone. This was the Great Pumpkin. You all have a pleasant time now. Bye bye!